Hi, welcome to chapter 4, Layer Manager. In this video, we are going to learn layer properties. It means layer management. Before that, make sure the properties of object should be by layer, color in by layer, and line weight also in by layer, line type also by layer. You should change these values as by layer. Then we can go to layer property. This is called as layer panel. Here drop down arrow. So many options are there and we can pin it like this. First you can check here only one layer is active. In AutoCAD default 0 layer. There's no any changes, only white color. Layer properties manager. Here in this button we can get layer properties manager. Click on this button. This is the layer properties manager. This area called as group list. This area called as layer list. Here we can add so many layers and we can manage the properties of layers. Here we can manage a group. There are several type of groups. It means two type of groups are there. First one, property filter group. Next one, group filter group. Here the property we can filter by properties of the objects or layers. Here in group filters, the filters contain only layers. We can't change any properties. Next one, layer state manager. This layer state manager, we can save our layers or we can restore our layer groups. I am going to create a new group filter. Before that, make sure right click and go to new properties filter. Now we are in layer filter properties dialog box. Here filter name. The filter name given by user. I am giving here learning. This is my filter name. Then click OK. In this filter name, in this filter properties or in this filter, we have only one layer. Which layer is 0 as default? Then click OK. Here our new group filter was activated. Now I am going to create a new layer. So click on this button, this new layer, or else you can enter shortcut Alt+N. Click on this layer and type as layer 1. This is a default one, layer 1, and click in this side. Then you can change the color. Here the color. So click on this and change the color as magenta. Click OK. Then we have line type. Click on this continuous option. We can get line type dialog box. In this dialog box, we have only one line type called as solid line. If you want add more line types, click on load. Then you have several line types. You can insert your manual also file and then you can choose your line type file. Now I am going to select another line type, this ISO type. If you want, you can continuously load all of these line types. So click on load, then click on one line type, then Ctrl+A shortcut. Then it's automatically selected all line types, then click OK. The reload line types, yes. It's already, I selected all line types and click OK. Now click on line type dialog box, then we can see so many line types. Then click OK. Now this is my line type as ACAD ISO 2W-. Line weight. Click on this button, default, then I can get so many line types. If you want, you can change this as your wish. Now I already selected the 0.3 and transparency dialog. Click on this transparency, the layer transparency. I want to change this as 50. Click OK. Now any changes. If you want, you can give the description here. In this case, I don't want the description. Yes, this layer 1 is created. If you want to draw on layer 1, you have to change this layer as default. So click on this layer and set current option. Click on this option, it will change to set current. You can see here the tick is changed to layer 1. This is the main concept of layers. We can change the color dialog box, line type dialog box, line white dialog box, and transparency dialog box. Created a layer 1. Now I am going to draw an object on this layer 1. So this dialog box I have to close. Here one is advanced option is there, auto hide. If you want, you can click here. This automatically hide our dialog box. If you want, you can go to the mouse here, then it will show. Click on this and drag it to side. Right? Now my dialog box, layer manager dialog box is closed, auto hide. Now I can draw this in this workspace area. Now I draw a circle. Right. In this circle, I couldn't see this line weight as this by layer. You can change this line weight. Go to status bar and click the show or hide line weight. Click on this option, this show as the line weight, the actual line weight. If you didn't see here, you can get it from this customization. Click on this customization and go to line weights. You can untick and tick. You can see the difference. So you can use this line weight option to show in status bar. This show is here. Then you can click it. Then we can see the actual line weight. This object in layer 1. Now I am going to change my layer as 0. So click on this option and go to 0. So automatically change to layer 0. Now I am going to draw another circle. Now I don't want to see this circle. So we can delete it. But in layer manager we have several options are there. We can turn off the layer. Click on this drop down and go to this layer, turn the layer off or on. Now it's on this layer. I want to off this layer. Click on this bulb. It's automatically off the layer. I couldn't see, but this is there. So I'm going here and on the layer. Now you can see. Next one, freeze also. If you want to freeze this object, click on this one and go to layer and freeze. You can freeze the object. So also is there, the same, likewise same. Next one, lock. I am unfreezing this one. Now I am going to lock this one. Click on this layer, then click, go to lock. Now this layer is locked. I can't edit further. But this layer not locked, so I can edit further. So now you learned turn off layer, turn on layer, and freeze a layer, unfreeze a layer, lock a layer, and unlock a layer. Delete layers. Before that, I have to create a new layer, then I will show how to delete a layer. Now I am going to create a layer. So right click on here, then create new layer. This automatically shows as layer 2 and click OK. In layer 2 we don't have any objects. Layer 1 we have objects. Now show you the difference. In layer 1 we have a circle. So I am going to delete this layer. Click on delete button. Show us the option. Layer not deleted. These selected layers was not deleted. The reasons behind this. Layer has an object. Even no object we can't delete the layer. But here layer 2 we don't have any object. So we can delete it. So right click or else click on here. Just delete it. So you can or you realize the difference between the layer delete and layer creation. Create couple of layers. Right click and new layer. New layer 2 and change the green and the line type as center 2 and line weight as 0.35 and next layer. Click on this layer and click new layer. Layer 3 and change the color as blue. And different types, different colors, different line types and different line weights. So I have 3 layers. I have created several layers. Now I am going to draw some objects in layer 2 and layer 3. The circles are in layer 0. Now I am going to change this layer as from 0 to layer 2. Click on this layer and click this button and click on layer 2. This object is on layer 2. Next object, click on this object and click on layer 3. Now this object in layer 3. Now there are 4 objects, 4 different layers. Merge layers. Here 4 layers and 4 layers and 4 objects. Each and every layer has an object. So I am going to create a new layer. This is layer 4. I am going to rename it at merge. This merge layer. Change this color as red. Then OK. This is continuous. Now I am going to merge all of these layers without layers into this merge layer. So select all of these layers and right click, go to merge selected layers to. Click on this option. This asks target layer. So already I created this layer. So click on merge, then OK. Here we have a body. These selected layers will be merged into a layer merge. Do you want to continue? Yes, I want to continue. Click on continue. Here one of the 4 selected layers could not be merged. The following cannot be. Here we have merge object. Now we can check our layers into one layer, but this 0 layer couldn't merge. So we can come to a conclusion. 0 layer is default, we can't merge. If we created some layers, we can merge those layers. Layer isolation. Layer isolation means if you want to edit a particular layer in objects, then you can use the isolate layers. Now I want to edit in layer 1 object. So click on this layer 1, then right click, isolate layer. So I already selected this layer, so I'll isolate select layer. So click on it. Now only layer 1 is active. another layers are locked. So I can edit only my layer 1 objects. Other layers I can't edit because they are already locked. So layer isolation is easy to work or increase our speed to work on objects. Now I am going to unlock all these layers. So select all of these layers, then right click, then go to isolate selected layers. Now all layers are unlocked. This is a layer isolation. In Layer Properties Manager, plot option. Here 4 layers are there. I am going to turn off 2 layers to plot. So I am going to turn off this 2. If you get a printout, you can only layer 1 and layer 0 the output as the print, because these two are in model space but not in print area. Usage of group filter. Here I have already created a learning group filter. In here we have 4 layers. Now right click on here, then visibility. We can group by we can on off, right? So now I am going to off this group. So off, all layers are off. Right click, visibility, then on. So all layers are on. It's easy to change the states. Right click, visibility, and top. Also right click, visibility, frozen. Also we can do. So right click and visibility on. I can unlock this, then right click, lock. This group included layers all are locked and unlock. I can one click to unlock all of these layers. So if you have so many layers, put in a group filter, then you can use easily these options. Layer panel options. Here we have turn off layers, turn off or turn on. Click on this option. We can click or select by objects to turn off the layer. I am going to turn off the layer 1. Click on this turn off. Then press enter or escape from this command. Isolate option. Click on isolate, then select the layer or object, then enter. Only this object can edit. These layers are locked, so you can edit this object. Freeze option. This is freeze. Click on this freeze. I can turn off those layers which are not active. Here layer 2 is active. I can't freeze this object or this layer. So now I am going to click here. These 2 objects will be frozen, but this object I can't freeze because this is an active layer. Lock layers. Click on this lock icon, then click on the object. This will be locked. You can see here. So click on that. See, the layer 3 is locked. Now layer 2. Click on this lock, then click on layer 2. This also locked. Then here all layers are locked. Here all layers are locked. So you have to unlock to edit this object. So click here, then you can unlock like this. But other option is here, unlock. Click on this unlock, then click on the object. This will be unlocked. Likewise, you can unlock those objects. Make current. Click on this make current. Make current means here now is activated layer 2. Now I am going to draw on this layer 3. So click on this make current icon and click on the layer 3 object. Now this layer 3 is activated. So now I can draw any objects in layer 3 property. Turn layers on. Here all layers are now on turn on. Now I am going to turn off these all layers and turn on again. Click on this turn off layers, then select the objects. Now all layers are turned off. Now I want to show all layers in one click. So click on this turn all layers on. Now all layers are turned on. Now I can edit all of these objects. Unisolate command. These all layers are active. So I am going to isolate a object. So click on this button isolate, then click on this layer, then enter. Now only this layer is active. Other layers are blocked. So I can't edit other layers, only I can edit this layer. Now I want to edit this also. These objects I want to edit. So I have to unlock these objects. So easy command is here. Unisolate command. Click on this unisolate. These all objects are unisolated. Show all layers. Here, click on this freeze. I want to freeze all layers. And here already I frozen some layers. I want to show all layers, so unfrozen the layers. So click on this button. This automatically show us the frozen layers. Unlock layers. This is the unlock layer icon. Before I lock some layers, then unlock again. Click on this lock icon, then click the object, then again and again. Now 3 layers are locked. I want to unlock these layers. Click on this icon and click every object. I can unlock those objects. Match layer. Match layer command will work from one layer to destinate other layers. So if I want to change these properties and layer properties, I can change these 3 objects to same as this layer properties. So click on this match layer properties, select all objects, then enter. These are the destinate objects. Now I want to click on source object. This source object will be distribute all these settings to these layers. This is the match layer. Change to current layer. Now the layer 2 is activated. I want to convert this layer to this layer. It means this is layer 0, this is layer 2. I want to convert this object to layer 2. So click on this change to current layer, then click on the object which is going to change as layer 2. Click on this object, then enter. This converted to layer 2. This is the change to current layer. Copy to new layer. This command will work as a duplicate of this object into new layer. So click on this icon, then copy those objects. Click and enter. Now I want to copy this object into new layer, which is called as 0. So click on this name, and click on this 0, click OK. Now our drawing, our objects are converted to new layer. So I want to copy it from display from here to here. This is the command. So if I use this command, click on this new layer and select those objects, then enter. Then I want to change the layer 3. Click OK. Now it's converted. Click on this midpoint and drag and drop. This is the copy to new layer command. This is a layer walk will be used in 3D modeling. We can use there. And view freeze all viewports express current. This also I already explained. And the merge command already we done. And also delete layer also we already done. Now the command is here, the option is here, lock layer fading. Now here all layers are unlocked, so I am going to lock this layer. Click on here. Now this layer is locked. I can change this fading. So click on this sliding and I can adjust the lock layer fading option. You can increase the fading or decrease. Here is the faded. If you want, mostly the default is 50, you can adjust it. If you don't want, untick it. You can tick it and adjust this slider. If you don't want, you can untick this show as normally, but anyway it's locked layer. So click on this and you can adjust the fading percentage. In this video we learned about layer properties. Here how to create a new layer and how to freeze a layer and delete a layer and set current layer and create a group filter properties. Then save state layers, then change the properties of layers, colors, line types and line weight. Also we can do the transparency and lock the layers and plotting adjustments. After that we learned the layer panel. In this panel, turn off the layers and turn on, isolate the layers and unisolate, freeze the layers and thaw all layers, lock the layers and unlock all layers, make current layer and merge layers. After that, we learned about the change current layer and copy to new layer, and also the fading option of lock layers. This lesson is very useful to you to adjust your work and improvement your work very speedily. So this is the layer manager or layer properties manager options. You can use to manage your drawing very quickly, and also you can edit easily, save your time and work as efficiently. Here another advanced option is merge properties. This merge properties, from this object properties merge to this layer, all layers, settings or object properties. This is a merge properties. So we can use this merge properties to from this object properties converted or duplicated to this object. So click on this merge properties and select the object and destination object. If you want, you can use another object also, but if it is locked, you can't use. Let's we try. Click on merge properties, click on source and destination. We can't do because this already locked. Now I want to convert this object properties to this object. Click on this merge properties, click on the source object, then select the destination object by selecting window, then enter. Now you can use this match properties also to convert from one layer to another layer, or duplicate one object properties to another object properties. Please subscribe my channel and get new updates of AutoCAD tutorials.